Hi.
Hello.
Week 5. 4 weeks done. That's like a month roughly. So we're gonna move on to week 5.
Mm,
The Vikings are 2-2. The Bears
mhm.
are 2-2. Although the Bears won a game and the Vikings didn't win, so I don't know. So you're on the up and up, and I'm on the downs.
I just don't know what the hell is going on in the NFL. Like, what the hell is going on with the Falcons? What the hell is going on with the Vikings? Like, what?
Who did the Falcons play week 4?
Um, was that the Carolina that they got blanked? Was it 30 to
That was
nothing?
week
Was that
three.
that was three? Um,
Well, I have it right
so
here.
yes, and they
They beat them.
yes, they beat them. That's right.
It
Because the
was
right. And they
and
put up 34 points. So that's why I'm because one week they get blanked by a terrible team. And then the next week they beat a better team without their best player and scored 34 points. What the fuck?
yeah, I wish I would have watched some of
I
that.
mean,
Yeah, I don't
I
know
didn't
what
watch it.
happened there. I think what was the final? Okay, 34,
27.
27. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
it was
It's
close.
close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, are you impressed by them beating Marcus Mariota by 7 at home? Like,
No, but
they
I no, that's not impressive.
scored on Quinn. I get Quinn's
Yeah,
defense.
that's
Yeah,
the thing. They scored no points by the Panthers, which I guess is a divisional game. But then, to your point, Dan Quinn, defensive guy, that defense is supposed to, again, it's an older team, it's still supposed to be good. And they give up 34 points to a team that scored 0 points to be. I don't know.
yeah.
Should
I
I
don't
start
know.
following baseball?
I don't know either. But there's teams like this every year that like just aren't consistent because it's hard to be, and they like week to week you just don't know what you're going to get. I mean,
Yeah.
how many teams how many teams this year are have just been like consistent basically for 4 games, not necessarily 4-0, but like just like very solid. Like I'm just
Handful.
scanning
Yeah,
through.
handful.
um you could say
Bills?
the Bills, you could say maybe the Seahawks. Like they didn't really have like a complete dud game. They've
No.
been
Seahawks?
solid.
Colts?
The Colts definitely.
Eagles?
Well, the Lions played really bad against the
They got
Packers week
killed.
one.
They
But
look. But then think of who they played, though. They got up on the Bears, and maybe the Ravens suck. So,
well,
and
the
then,
Ravens have so many injuries. Like they got a
yes.
mess.
Yeah.
Who else? Like the Chargers were for a couple, but then they didn't play that well against the Broncos, and then they
No.
just lost to the Giants. I don't know. I guess the Jaguars, for the most part, have played well, except they lost to the Bengals with Browning. Right?
And it's like, so think the other thing is, I was trying to go through and sort of rank teams, right? And I was struggling with that. So then I tried to break it down, like, what are the 10 best teams in the NFC? What are the 10 best teams in the AFC? Like, okay, so you got AFC, you've got Bills, and then who's the second best team in the AFC right now?
Um,
Steelers?
I mean, I gotta say Chiefs just because of what they've done lately, and knowing that they're gonna get
Yeah.
their guys back eventually too.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you could look at the Chiefs, the Steelers, like the Jaguars, like, are any of those teams like Chargers, Broncos? Who's the number two? Really weird. I mean, I
I mean,
think I agree with you, but
the Chargers and Broncos are definitely in the mix because I think they're well coached. They have good
yeah.
defenses and they have good quarterback play for the most part. So, like, you're not usually going to blow that type of team out.
Mm-mm.
They're always going to be in the game. But all right, yeah, I don't know. What we've learned is
Lots
we
of
don't know
mystery.
anything about this, which it makes it fun to talk about.
Yeah.
So last week I went 4-2. You went 1-2. Um, so I'll just run through those quick. So
Mm.
you got the Seahawks on Thursday. That was clearly the right side. The Seahawks controlled the whole game. Cardinals got frisky at the end, tied it, and then the Seahawks are like, well, all we need is a field goal. So they went
Mm-hmm.
down and kicked the field goal. So it was like I watched a decent amount of that game. It was like not fun to watch
Yeah.
until obviously the Cardinals got those two late touchdowns. And then it was entertaining for a little bit. But I don't know. I'm hoping. I mean, I'm hoping tonight is at least entertaining. Although the Niners have so many injuries that we'll get to that in a little bit. But I mean, it's shaping up to be a blowout.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you got the Seahawks Thursday.
Yeah.
You stuck
Whipped
your
them.
neck out for the Titans, and they were 0-3,
Yep.
and then they didn't score a single point. It's hard to win when you do that. And so now they're 0-4, I think 26-0. Someone had to win. Texans, I guess, did the necessary and got a win. I had the Lions, and they didn't get up by a bunch early, but
No.
by I think halftime they were up by at least a
Intentional.
touchdown, and then they just kept pushing it out and ended up winning by like 3 scores.
Such a weird game. And this goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning. The fucking Browns mangle the Packers the week before. And then the Lions come in, whom the Packers mangled in the opening weekend. And then the Lions just comfortably handle them. You know? Just a topsy-turvy league right now.
Yeah, for sure. I guess the one thing about the Browns is like their defense is very solid.
Looks good.
Like they kept. I didn't watch any of the Lions-Browns game, but they were keeping them. The Lions weren't scoring at will to start, but like eventually the Lions are going to score on you. They just have too much firepower, and they just couldn't hold them down the whole game, sort of thing. But all right, so you had the Bucks for 3 stars. The Eagles, I think, pretty much controlled that game. Like that was. Evans was out, and the Bucks never really were in it. I can't remember what it ended up, the score, but I'm pretty sure they got beat by
6 points, 31-25.
Oh, really? Did the Bucks get like a late score to like cut it? I didn't think it was that close for some
It wasn't
reason.
close. No, I think what it wasn't the Eagles. It was a special teams play again, wasn't it? Where the Eagles did something to the Bucks and turned it over late and then scored late. No, the Bucks scored 5 points in the fourth quarter. So the Eagles were up 31-20 going into the fourth.
So they had a field goal, and then did the Eagles just like take a safety, or like what happened there?
That I don't know, but they must have.
Interesting. I have to look that up.
They must have.
I swore the Eagles were not really in trouble of losing that game, but I also was not paying attention to that game very closely. Anyway, so they were a little closer than I thought, at least.
Yeah.
So you had, or no, I had the Giants for 2 stars, and the Giants got their first win. Jackson Dart figured it out at home against the Chargers.
Great.
I had the Niners for 3 stars, and they did not win. That was a weird game. Purdy didn't look great. He kind of sailed some balls, and then I don't know. Like they were in it. It was a close game. I forget how it ended. After the whistle sounded, Saleh and Cohen were yelling at each other for sign stealing or cheating or whatever.
Does it surprise you that Liam Cohen is like kind of like a rousty asshole who's mixing it up with people?
No.
Not me.
Yeah, not at all. Or that he's like cheating or stealing signs, or apparently it's like
slimy. Yeah.
Everyone knows that certain teams do it, and it's just one of those, like, it's not technically even illegal, apparently, but it's one of those things. It's like Shanahan's like, no, we don't do that. We don't need to do that. Like, but we know teams do that, and it is what it is. It's just it's like, okay, that's weird. It's an interesting, like, do you not know how to do it, or are you actually choosing to just like be the
better person?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do we have to take the Jags seriously now?
They play the Chiefs this week. We'll see. After that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
But
we'll table that.
Yeah, it does seem like they're playing better than they should be, but I don't know. I think they're another team that has. I mean, Cohen's obviously a good play caller. Their defense is playing well, and like Lawrence is solid, at least solid. So like they don't have a weakness, and I think that's what we're seeing. They're just like in games, and they're finding ways to win. And I don't think that I don't know that their schedule's been really tough. I mean, at the Niners should be tough, but the Niners have been banged up. And then I don't know, like their one loss is to the Bengals when Jake Browning was playing most of the game. So I don't know. We definitely don't know what to think yet.
No.
I don't know what they're
saying. They were in that game too. You know, it was 31-27.
Which one?
The Bengals game, the one they lost.
Oh yeah, they
were close.
They had it.
Yeah.
And the Bengals scored a touchdown like with whatever 4 minutes left or something like that.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of having to take them seriously. I just don't. I don't feel good about that in any way.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping they start sliding.
Yes.
I don't know why. Like I just
Something about him. I don't
just
know.
like to root against certain people and teams for some reason.
Mhm.
I think everyone does it.
Yes.
All right.
That's true.
What else here? The Rams, I got that one 3 stars. They covered. That was a close game. I actually kind of got lucky on that. So, did you see that where
No, they heard about it. Yeah.
Mitchell dropped the ball at
Yep.
the half yard? Like,
Yep.
why does this keep happening? Like, that
it's
should
so
never
freaking
happen.
Stupid.
You said Steichen was a good coach, but he's teaching his players to drop the ball
I
at the half
guess.
yard.
I know. Dummies. I don't know what to tell you.
So, I sort of got lucky.
Could have
on
won that game. Yeah.
And even with that, the
Yeah.
Rams got a touchdown with like 2 minutes left where they threw a bomb, like a long pass to Atwell. They could have just as easily lost or gone down and kicked a field goal. So to get the 3.5, I definitely got lucky on that one. So you get lucky on some and you get unlucky on others. Whatever. It is what it is. So the Bears Raiders, I had the Raiders for 2 stars. They led probably 60% of the game. And the Bears needed a drive late in the fourth quarter to take the lead
And a blocked field goal.
and a blocked field goal. So like, I don't know, like that could have gone either way.
Yep.
But I still felt like the Raiders was the right side. But I don't know, maybe Caleb's clutch now, and the Bears are just going to win all these close games. And
No, man. I don't know. Like they look. Somebody said, whatever was TikTok, whatever the talking head I was listening to was like, this is typically the kind of game the Bears would lose. They get down, and their offensive line is getting mauled, and they don't seem to have any solutions. And then they make, again, making tons of mistakes. They somehow find a way to win. I still don't know if they're good. I still don't know if this is if we're seeing signs of progress in Caleb. Their offensive line is still terrible. Still. And so I don't know. And then the defense, down 4 starters, comes away with 3 picks. I mean, they looked pretty good. I don't know what again. I still think this is kind of a bad team, and I don't know if the quarterback or the coach are good.
right. So, it's the whole, they beat probably a bad team, but it was a road win.
Yep.
And they did get that game-winning drive. So it was kind of ugly, but all you can do is beat the team you're playing.
That's right.
So did they look like they're ascending into like one of the better teams in the league? No, not yet, but they won, right?
Yeah.
They're 2-2. So we'll see. And you're talking offensive line. The Vikings offensive line just keeps getting hurt.
Yeah.
And at some point you're back. I mean, no one's backups are nearly as good as their starters, especially on the offensive line. And I don't know, both of our teams are going to have to get healthy if they're going to actually make it to the playoffs. Okay. So I missed that one. And then I had the Chiefs for 1 star. And even before Lamar messed up his hamstring, the Chiefs were controlling that game. Mahomes, 4 touchdowns, I think. It's starting to look like the Chiefs are figuring it out. I think they got Worthy back. Did Worthy play last week? I think he did.
He did, but didn't he get injured again?
I don't know.
I thought he was out again.
And then when Rashee Rice is healthy, I don't know.
He's suspended.
Or
Yeah,
Sorry,
he's suspended.
I said healthy when he's back. I don't know. How do you stop them? And then their defense seems like they're playing just kind of consistent, like they always have, not lights out. You're not going to say the Chiefs defense is top in the NFL or anything like that, but just keeping them in games and bending but not breaking. So I think the Chiefs would not be surprised if they rattle off 5 out of 6 and just start to be talked about as kind of the top contender in the AFC. And I mean, the Ravens are 1-3, and Lamar, I don't know how bad his hamstring is, but they also have defensive injuries to key players. They have an absolute mess.
Worthy's back, by the way. He played in the Ravens game.
Right. Okay. So
not an impact player though.
Yeah. I mean, you get Worthy back and you get Rice back, and now all of a sudden you've got Hollywood Brown, Worthy, Rashee Rice. Tyquan Thornton has proven that he's definitely a solid receiver. Kelsey, Gray, Pacheco, Hunt. It's they have a lot of weapons. Yeah, Mahomes
He's
is
so good.
he's decent.
That
At
is
least
fine.
average, like
Yeah.
middle of the road.
Right there. Him and Caleb Williams are like the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
All right. So I was 4-2. You were 1-2.
Whamp whamp.
Not so great
No.
for you, but I looked back at our over/under predictions, and you are
Sure.
destroying so far as what you're on pace for. So
Wow.
let's look at this. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So you gave out 6 over/under total
Yeah.
wins for each team picks,
Yeah.
and you are on pace to hit 6 out of 7.
Whoa.
The only one you're not on pace for is the 49ers under, but that's 10.5. They've only played 4 games,
Yeah.
and they have all the injuries. So, like, I
Mhm.
still would not be surprised if, I mean, they could still go 10-7 and you get that one right. So,
Yeah.
my over/under win totals are not spectacular. I'm probably maybe looking like 50%. So we'll see how that goes. So I've been better on the week to week. You're killing the over/under
Whoa.
team win totals. So
Won't let.
let's get
Do
to
it.
week 5. So we got
Yes, sir.
buys this week. We have 4 teams on bye, and your team is one of them.
Yes. And
Who
the Packers
is on bye?
Saints
Let's look it up.
and Steelers.
Falcons,
Falcons.
Bears, Packers, Steelers are on bye. So
Division leading Steelers.
Rodgers was complaining about not getting time to explore Ireland when his
Aw.
team has a bye after their Ireland game. Like, was
Aw.
that not enough time to like do whatever you want? For
I don't
a couple
know.
days?
I feel like he's rich and can go to Ireland whenever he wants.
I think so too.
So that seems like a stupid thing to complain about.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows with that man?
Mm.
Okay. So tonight
Oh, good game.
we have. It was supposed to be a good game. That
Oh, well.
okay. So we'll do the line and then we'll talk about it. So
Yes.
Niners at the Rams.
Yes.
So before I guessed this before the entire Niners
I always
roster
do.
was out. So I said Rams by 4.5.
I've got Rams by 5.5.
All right. So you get this. It's up to like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Because Purdy's out, Jennings is out, Pearsall's out, and I'm pretty sure the Niners have other non-skill player injuries as well. So it opened at 3.
Woo!
And it is
8.5.
8.5.
Huge jump. Makes sense. Rams look good too, though. Like, irrespective of what's going on with the Niners, the Rams look like a fucking great football team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're the same thing we just said. Like, above average quarterback play, very good coach, consistent defense.
Yep.
They're going to be in every game they play. I mean, not every game. Every team has a dud here and there, but like
That's right.
from week to like they're a playoff team, absolutely.
No question.
And like
no question.
the ceiling is obviously
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
So it's like, and so going back to the beginning of the podcast, I asked what's the best team in the AFC? Like, what is the top? And it was really hard. I don't think NFC feels like the top 4 is the great teams. You've got the Eagles. I think the Rams look really good. I like the Lions right now, and I know the Bucks lost, but I'm still a fan of the Bucks.
For sure. And then Washington, like
Yes.
Daniels has been out 2 games. We have to see if he's going to get to the level of play he had last
That's
year.
right.
And McLaurin's been out, and now
Mhm.
Debo is banged up. I don't know if he's going to play this week, but a healthy Washington gets in that mix. I still think they're a tier below, but
Yep.
yeah. And then like I know you're not high on the Niners, but like
Mhm.
I'd like to see them healthy. I think they're still
No question.
solid.
No question.
You have to think, Purdy played, but now he's out again with his toe issue. So him sailing those balls and not playing like we know he can, it's got to like the injury has to be having some sort of effect on that.
Yep.
And I think Purdy's out, Jennings is out, Pearsall's out. I think they're kind of just like throwing this game. It's like we're on a short week, we're already hurt. We're not going to get people more hurt. Like let's rest and see what we got.
Yeah.
Coming back week 6 because Kittle is eligible to return from IR. I don't know how his rehab's going, but it's like, all right, let's give McCaffrey the ball 142 times tonight. Maybe he can pull something out of his hat, and then we probably just lose. Then we're 3-2, and we move on and hopefully get some guys back. So yeah, like I don't know, like divisional games, they can get weird, but like, do you see a Sean McVay coach team that is probably just simply better, healthier, at home, short week. Like, how are they losing this game?
I don't see it. We had this conversation, I think, like the first year we did the podcast, and I come on and it said I think McVay had the edge over Shanahan in terms of like head-to-head matchups because McVay is from Shanahan's coaching tree, and I was totally wrong. At least at that time, it was Shanahan had the clearly definitive like head-to-head matchup wins, but then it was McVay has the Super Bowl over Shanahan. So I really love it when these teams play. It's obviously great that they're both in the same division. I do agree, though. I think it's going to be hard for the Niners to be competitive, just given where they're at. Like whether they want to be or not, I don't know. But I just think it's going to be really difficult for like their half a team to be competitive against what is a more complete Rams team at this point, at least from a health perspective.
Right, but things can get weird. Like they know what they are in this game. Like they're limited with weapons. So, can they play ball control and like get dynamic with like McCaffrey and, like I said, control the ball, shorten the game and like stay in it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do, but I don't know. Like, I don't see how the Niners, if they pull this out, like it would be an incredible win just based on all the injuries. But Shanahan, if you're listening, can you at least keep it close to like the midway through the fourth quarter so that I have something to watch on Thursday night? Thank you.
Yeah. Like watching good football games.
Yeah, I guess there's baseball too, but
because it's in the afternoon though, right? Cubs games in the
so the Cubs
were in the afternoon.
They were supposed to play at so there's 4 series going on. So 3 of them are going to game 3, which is the final game, and then the Dodgers wrapped it up against the Reds. So since the Dodgers were in that last time slot and their series is over,
they moved everything back.
Yeah, they're bumping everything later so that more people can tune in after work or whatever.
That makes sense.
The Cubs play at I think 4:08 or something like that today. So
Cubbies.
It actually doesn't work out well for us because I got my kids' soccer practice that I'm coaching, so we're gonna get to see less of the game than we would have. But whatever. All right, back to football. We got the Vikings overseas 2 weeks in a row.
Game, yeah.
Vikings Browns. I think this one's London. I said Vikings by 5.
I've got. I went Browns -3.5.
Really?
I like that defense. And then the Vikes offense didn't look so good last game.
It did open Vikings by 5. It is down to 3.5. All right. So the Vikings are favored. I still think the Vikings are like a better overall team. I don't know, like Carson Wentz and Flacco's still starting, right?
No. This was big news yesterday. Daniel Gabriel? No.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. Because that was the big news. Sanders getting passed over or whatever. Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel starting. Okay, so Gabriel Wentz, I don't know. Let's just say it's a wash. Defenses, both pretty good. I don't know. You could say one's better than the other. Offense overall, I don't know. I guess I give the Vikings with KOC calling plays maybe the nod. A rookie quarterback against the Vikings defense seems like sort of a nightmare, which I think is why the Vikings are favored maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I just, in looking at what the Vikings did last week and just the Browns defense, I know it collapsed a bit under the Lions. I just thought that screamed to me Browns. But with the quarterback shift, I think it does probably make sense. And again, where the location is the venue, that it makes sense that the Vikings are favored here. Plus, the Vikings, this is probably the other thing, the Vikings have been over in Europe for 2 weeks. Whereas
did
the
they
Browns,
stay for sure?
I'm assuming they did.
Right.
I would assume they did. Because why the fuck would you? That would be like truly horrendous to fly back and
did
come
they
back.
take their kids out of school for 2 weeks?
It's a fascinating question. So I think that probably plays a factor too. This line makes sense to me. I don't know.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
I agree. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
Right around a field goal.
Yeah. That seems right.
Neither team is spectacular. Both teams have good defenses. It's probably close, and I guess you just kind of expect the Vikings to be able to win it, I guess. But yeah, with two overseas games in a row, like you have some sort of routine with that. I don't know how many times the Browns have played overseas. I think the Vikings have played overseas almost more than any other team not named the Jaguars, because they played there every year for the first however many years they had it. Yeah, it makes sense. No, I don't have an opinion on this. Like, I could see it going either way. All right. Sunday, there's some games too, and the Cowboys, fresh off their tie, 40-point tie, are at the Jets. I said Cowboys 2.5.
I don't know why I did this. I went Jets minus 2.5 for some reason. Maybe because they're at home. What the hell's going on with the Packers? Just referencing the game previously, they gave up 40 points to the shitty Cowboys. I just don't understand how the Bears beat the Cowboys, and then the Packers come in and they don't beat the Cowboys. And the Packers are winless in 2 weeks.
So I could be wrong on this, but the Cowboys are probably averaging more points than like
I would assume
90% of the league. Like
half their games went 40 points, I think.
Dak, like the noise is that Dak is playing phenomenal, and he just doesn't have enough defense. He doesn't, like, CD hasn't been good yet. But Dak, I think, has played like MVP worthy over the first month. So like, I think it's more about the Cowboys offense than the Packers defense.
Maybe.
But that was another game where I don't think I watched any of it Sunday night, and then I checked and I'm like, 40-40 in overtime. Like, that would have been one of those games that are fun to watch.
Yeah, I didn't stay up for it. I mean, I went to bed, and then I woke up and it was like 40-40 tie. Jesus.
That'll be interesting. I mean, it's always interesting when there's a tie to see how that
we didn't have one
shakes out at the end of the year. But so the Cowboys are 1-2-1, or are they?
Yes, 1-2-1.
1-2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
so are the team. Packers. No, the Packers are 2-1-1.
2-1-1.
2-1-1. That's right. 2-1-1. Yeah.
Sounds like we're talking about like soccer formations or something. Let's run a 2-1-1
for a zone defense in the NBA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's closer. I don't know which soccer game would have 4 people on the field.
I don't know. I don't know anything about soccer. So
yeah.
A dozen.
Usually it's not 4v4. It's more than that. Okay. So you said Jets 2.5. I said Cowboys 2.5.
Jets are bad though. Like, I don't know. I did this before the games played on Sunday, so I don't know why they're bad. And I guess I read an article on Yahoo where Aaron Glenn was yelling at them so badly after the game that like he was heard like 2 rooms over.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I mean, like, I think they had like penalties, and it was just like sloppy.
A lot of sloppy. Yep.
Braylon Allen fumbled on the half-yard line going in for a touchdown. I don't know. Like, yeah, I think it's one of those, like, you inherit like a bad situation your first year, and like there's only so much you can do. So I don't know that Aaron Glenn's a bad head coach at this point. I think he's just got a lot to fix, but it'll be interesting to see how he does at fixing it, like how this goes throughout the year. So Cowboys 2.5. It makes a lot of sense. The Cowboys defense is pretty bad. The offense is good. The Jets at home, like, the Jets have been sort of frisky, but you still can't really expect them to win. So you got a not so great team at a bad team. 2.5, just, I was like, why did I go 2.5? So I was thinking 3, but then I'm like, the Jets are at home, and it's not like the Cowboys have been spectacular or anything like that. Like, you expect them to win, but it should be really close, probably. So that's why 3. So it makes sense, and I would like to stick my neck out for a home dog, but they're 0-4. Like,
they just look like a mess. Fields looks bad. Like, outside of that first game, he looks terrible. Like, he looks like really bad.
And I don't know if you watched any of that game, but they're like,
a little bit.
He's got to throw this ball to Garrett Wilson. He had Garrett Wilson one-on-one. Like, you got to just throw it up and let him make a play, the guy was saying. Next play, they run close to the same formation. Garrett Wilson is one-on-one again. And Fields throws it up to him and he makes a ridiculous touchdown catch. And the announcer is basically just like, see, I told you, like, this stuff's not hard. Like, when you have one-on-one with Garrett Wilson's
receiver,
probably, well, we don't really know how good he is because he's never had a good quarterback throwing to him, but he's probably a top 5 receiver in the NFL. If top 10, 100%, and like you're not throwing to him in man coverage. Any elite quarterback will tell you if their stud is in one-on-one, they're just audible and like that's the play, like that's what they're doing. So I don't know. Anyway, that was my Fields still can't read coverages moment.
He's just not a starter. I wish he was. He's just not. Unfortunately, that's too bad.
All right, let's do Broncos Eagles. These are two top 10 teams maybe in the NFL when it's all said and done. Like just solid kind of all around teams. I went Eagles by 4.
So clearly, I went Eagles by 8.
I think I'm closer. I forget what this one is. It opened at
3.5,
5.5, and it's down to 3.5. All right, so I get the last 2. I didn't put that in.
I'll take the Eagles for 3 here.
All right. Eagles.
At that spread, I'll take 3.5.
Eagles minus 3.5 for 3 stars. All right.
At home.
Yeah. So here's one thing. I mean, this is kind of just out of nowhere, but the Broncos signed Dre Greenlaw in free agency from the Niners, which I didn't realize, and he hasn't played yet. So at some point, he's going to come back, and their defense, granted, it was against the Bengals backup quarterback and not so great offensive line, but they started looking like an elite defense, and then you put Greenlaw in there. I mean, he's going to be one of their best defensive players once he comes back. That defense is going to be nasty. Now, I don't know what that says about this game. I think it's fair. I said 4. It's 3.5. I guess I expect the Broncos to keep it close, and it just seems like the Eagles, for whatever reason, can always win a close game.
They're not blowing anybody out. That's the other thing. They're not blowing anybody out.
So you like the Eagles to cover. I'm kind of indifferent. I actually think it's going to be close, and the Eagles are going to pull a rabbit out of their hat again. I don't know, like Hurts' numbers haven't been great, but he's just been doing enough to win. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos win this game just because I don't know. Like, I think they're just as talented. I don't know. Should be a good game. That's probably the one to watch at noon Central on Sunday.
And it's worth noting, too, that the Eagles have beaten in back-to-back weeks probably the 2 of the 5 best teams in the NFC, Rams and Bucks. I don't know. This is a good football team.
Yeah, definitely. They did block a kick to beat the Rams. So, yeah, whatever. It was a close game any way you look at it.
Yeah, and it's good football team against good football team. I would expect to come down to something like that. That's not, to me, that doesn't take away from the Eagles or for the Rams. And they're both good teams, and maybe it goes the other way when the Rams, with them even in the playoffs. But
yeah, for sure.
I mean, just the Eagles, they're just putting together a great regular season resume right now. Good wins.
Yeah.
Undefeated in the season.
So what's with when teams need a block kick, they just like get it?
I just, so somebody was saying that, I don't remember, my memory sucks, I don't remember if we talked about this, but that what is happening is that because of the kickoff changes, that teams don't have the time and the resources to devote to practicing kicks as much as they used to. And so because of that, they had to shift focus. And so that's why this is happening, because they don't have the practice time or the bandwidth to dedicate like they used to. And so defenses that just feels like the wrong answer.
Right. I mean, you think you should have enough time to do it all, like as long as you have things planned out.
And you've been doing it for decades. Like the kicking process has not changed. And so it just seems like the answer you give when you haven't had enough time to actually look. So you just say, oh, it's that. right there. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know, but
It's exciting.
it is like, it
exciting.
seems like I know it's not quite this, but like it seems like it's 50-50 if you have a kick to win a game like right at the end, whether it's going to get blocked or whether
Certainly over the last 2 weeks,
or whether they'll miss it, get blocked or make it. It just seems like it used to be like it's going in, right?
Yeah.
Like you have a kick less than whatever 45, like it's just going to go in, but that hasn't been the case lately.
Unless you're cooking it from like 60 yards, and then those seem like they're all going in right now.
Right. Not in today's NFL. Okay. Did you know Cooper Rush's Ravens are hosting the Houston CJ Strouds?
I did read that, yeah.
Yeah?
I did read that.
Okay, so the Texans at the Ravens. I said Ravens by 2.
I've got Ravens by giving 3.
I think the Texans are favored due to all the injuries.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so this is interesting because I always wondered like when they put out the opening line.
Dude.
So Baltimore was favored by 9.5. Clearly, when Lamar was healthy, that line had to have been weeks old. Anyway, obviously Lamar's out.
Yeah.
Baltimore has like Humphrey, I think, is out, and I think they have another guy who was out for the season now, and maybe even another key defensive injury.
Yeah.
So the Texans by 1.5. I get that one barely.
And the Texans haven't looked all that good this year. This is the thing. You know what I mean? It's like
right. So this is like the ultimate. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? I mean, Cooper Rush is a solid backup quarterback, but you need weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess on offense they're fairly healthy. I don't think. I guess I haven't looked at their offensive line, but they should be able to score a little bit. It's just the defense. Like you take out your, I don't know, two of your top 3 defensive players, which I think is the Humphrey and I forget who else.
Mm-hmm.
And you're already 1-3, so it's not like you're playing that well anyway. I don't know what you do with this. You just kind of like say, the Texans should win, but Baltimore probably plays hard and keeps it close. Texans 1.5, and it seems fair to me.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't know what's wrong with the Texans. They're just not a good team right now.
One of these teams is going to be 1-4. Teams that have both made the playoffs the last 2 years.
2 years
right?
and won playoff games in each of those seasons, right? So that's one of the things that people I really take issue with when they're talking about CJ Stroud. They want to return their CJ Stroud stock, right? And it's like he's having a bad year. I struggle with that. I just playoff wins to me is a good metric to evaluate how good a quarterback is. You know, and CJ Stroud in his first 2 seasons has 2 playoff wins. You know, it took Lamar Jackson several years to accrue 2 playoff victories. And so I don't know. I just think that's there are a lot of issues with that team right now, and I don't think CJ Stroud long term is one of them. I think the Texans can win this game, given where the Ravens are at.
Yeah, so it's one of those like, if you're Harbaugh, you're like, all right, guys, like we're injured.
Yeah.
Are we going to play hard, or are we going to put our tail between our legs? And I really think like the Ravens are going to come out and they're going to play it hard and like they're going to be physical. And I just don't know if that means they can win this game or if they're going to fall a little short.
I mean, the season kind of depends on it.
Yeah.
Like right now, like you said, 1-4, man. How do you make the playoffs at 1-4?
Let's look up Lamar's injury.
Because they have a difficult schedule too. They had a great record last year.
He's considering hasty return, but what does that mean?
Not this weekend, but next weekend.
He's going to try to play.
Oh.
He's going to try to play with a tweaked hamstring.
Good luck.
Here's what I'll say from just me getting injured playing old man sports. Like hamstrings, to me, it's like you're fighting with fire if you try to play with a tweaked hamstring. Now, it does happen all the time in football where guys will play and somehow they don't re-aggravate it, and over time it does get better and they don't have to miss time. Maybe they're thinking, what's the worst that happens? Like he re-aggravates it and then we got to sit him out a couple weeks. And we were going to sit him out a couple weeks anyway. I don't know. Who knows what they're thinking? I mean, obviously it's desperation mode because you're already 1-3. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I mean, you can't imagine he's going to run like he normally would. So like, how does he kind of scale that back? I don't know. Like this,
It's a stay away.
yeah. I don't think that I want to watch it either. Really, obviously, if it's close at the end, like turn it on. But yeah, we'll see. Okay,
All right. Oh, great game.
I don't have a pick yet this week, which brings me to the toilet bowl between the Giants and the Saints.
Yeah.
And I said Saints by 1.
I went Saints given 1.5.
I think you get this one.
Really?
I think it was. So it opened at Giants by 2, and it went to Saints.
Why did it swing towards the Saints?
1.5. I'll tell you why. You nailed this. Well, you tell me why, because you nailed it.
I don't know. That's weird to me that it would start with the Giants and move away, given how Dart's performance. I just went Saints 1.5 because they're the home team, but they're not a very good team. So I took away 1.5 from the standard home 3. And that's how I got 1.5 because I didn't think the Giants were good enough to be favored on the road.
Yeah, makes sense. So here's what I'm thinking on this one.
Yeah.
And okay, so Jackson Dart starts at home against a good Chargers team. Game plan was really good. He ran the ball a lot. You could tell they didn't expect the Chargers to expect that, if that makes sense. So Dart ran a lot. At one point, he was so tired, he would just like put his hands on his knees, and upstairs made him go into the concussion protocol tent because they thought, because he did kind of go down hard, and he was like, I'm just tired. Like seriously, like, why do I have to do this? So he came out for like a play or two. So a lot of runs, a lot of designed runs, a couple scrambles. Okay. Giants win, beat the Chargers. It's a home game for Dart. Okay. Now, what did the Saints do last week? They were frisky against the Bills. It was a one-score game for like a long time.
Yep.
I don't remember what it ended up, but I'm pretty sure the Bills didn't cover the 16 or whatever. Okay, so the Saints are still playing hard. The Bills probably took them lightly. I thought this was going to happen a week earlier when they went out to the Seahawks. Well, it didn't happen until the Saints played the Bills. So the Saints are playing hard. They were right in that game for quite a while. Now they're coming home. You get to face a rookie quarterback, his first road start. Giants are not that good. Neighbors is out for the season, I'm pretty sure. I like the Saints as much as you can possibly like an 0-4 team. Like, this is a 3-star, and I would not be surprised if the Saints win by 2 touchdowns. Now, the Saints are not a good team, so I think they'll get out. I think they'll get ahead early. If Dart is actually a pretty solid quarterback, I could see him keeping them in this game, but I could also see, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this is one where the Saints just like need it so badly. And they played hard last week on the road against a good team. They're coming home against a rookie quarterback who doesn't have his top receiver. I really think the Saints can win this game by more than 1.5, and I would not be surprised if they blow them out.
Wow.
And that's crazy, right? Like, who else is saying that about an 0-4 team?
But that's why you come to this podcast.
Yeah.
As opposed to all the other podcasts.
Yeah. And
right.
if the
Giants, other crazy shit.
Yeah. If the Giants win 35-3, then I just delete this part of the segment.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Which I probably don't think will happen. Probably not.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Raiders at the Colts.
Raiders.
I said Colts by 8.5.
I went Colts given 7.
It opened at 6.5. It is 7. You banged 2 in a row, right on the nuts.
Yeah.
So I'm up 4-3. You got that one right. All right. Tell us why the Colts are going to win by exactly 7 points.
Because they're a better football team.
Yay!
With a more productive offense and a defense that's good enough to handle this Raiders offense. That's it. And I think I like Shane Steichen better as a coach at this point in his career than I do Pete Carroll. Sorry, Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Great coach overall, though.
I think this one's hard. I think it's fair. You nailed it. I was a little high, but the Raiders, okay, so the Colts are clearly the better team. The
Seems
Colts
like it.
are off a loss coming home. Both teams are feel like they need it, right? The Colts
Mhm.
lost their first game. They want to get back on track. The Raiders are, I think, 1-3.
Mhm.
2-3 looks a lot better than 1-4. So like, there's going to be no lack of like preparation, motivation there with Pete Carroll. Yeah, I mean, like, could the Raiders win a road game at the Colts? I mean, yeah, anything can happen in the NFL, but
Sure.
you got the better team at home. Like, I expect the Colts to win this game, and
Mhm.
I also wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders sort of kept it close. So I think a touchdown makes sense.
Yeah, I
It could
agree.
be 2 touchdowns and the Raiders cut it to 7 at the end. It could be a field goal game, and I wouldn't be surprised by either one of those.
Me neither. I don't. I think the Colts are clearly the better team. I don't know. The thing that gets me is, Max Crosby's excellent defender. Um, so I think that's always the X factor. But the Colts have played two really good teams this year, the Broncos and the Rams, and they beat one and lost to the other, but they were competitive in both of those games. So a stout defense isn't something that they are unfamiliar with this season. I do like the Colts here, but not enough to bet it.
Yeah, all right. Colts by 7.
Yeah.
Seems fair. Moving on. Dolphins at the Panthers. I said Dolphins by 1.
I have the Panthers by. Oh no, sorry, Panthers by 3. Yes, Panthers giving 3.
All right. It opened at Panthers by 1.
Why did it seem to that? That's weird.
Dolphins 1.5.
Yeah.
Probably just the Dolphins looked better last week.
Yeah, that's got to be.
They actually won a game. So here's the thing with this.
They looked good.
Dolphins beat the Jets. They just kind of did the necessary. They got to 1-3. The Panthers are 0-3 on the road, and their point differential I think is huge. And then at home, they have one home game they've played, and they beat the Falcons 30-0.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. You could say the Panthers are going to play well at home and suck on the road all year, and you could like the Panthers, or you could say the Dolphins are playing hard. They got to win. They played the Bills really tough the week before that. You could like the Dolphins here. I think it's very fair at 1.5. Either way, Tyreek Hill messed up his knee. He's out. I mean, that was nasty. I thought it was
blew it apart.
Yeah, I thought he like broke his leg, but I mean, it was one of those where his foot was sideways and it just didn't make sense. Yeah, it was not good.
He might be done with that condition.
I'm gonna look this up real quick. Tyreek.
He's out for the season, I think, right?
I mean, you'd think he would have to be.
I thought they came out and said that. Right?
Oh, it said Alex Smith and Kevin Ware injuries serve as a guide to when he's coming back. And if you remember, Alex Smith had a compound like spiral fracture, which he never should have played again, but he did get to come back like 2 years later. Kevin Ware had a brutal break of his lower leg in basketball. He played for Louisville. And same thing, like it was just really nasty. Like probably that might even been like a spiral fracture too. Yeah, he's not playing this year. So they're a lot less dynamic. The Panthers are playing at home. I think the Panthers are going to play hard this season, even though they're not that good. It's fair. I don't know. Like you can't trust. I don't know that you can really trust either one of these teams, and I have no opinion on this.
No, I would take. Give me the Panthers here for 2.
Okay. I only have 1 so far. You have 2, so you're going Panthers for 2. I kind of like it, even if it's only because I tend to like think the Panthers are gonna be something one day.
They blanked the Falcon. That seems meaningful to me.
Yeah,
in a way that none of the Dolphins' victories seem in any way meaningful. Who cares? You beat the Jets. I mean, they haven't had a quarterback in 5 decades.
Right. So they obviously have the talent and like the ability to scheme it up for a game and like dominate on offense and defense. It's just like consistency is horribly lacking, which is just crazy to me. Like a case study on them so far this year, where you actually like look at what
Mm-hmm.
went well and what didn't, would be interesting. Okay, you got the Panthers for 2. Let's go. We got a good game.
Yes.
Is Bucks Seahawks noon or 3?
I think it's a later game. We don't get
That
it
would
either
make
way.
sense because it's on the West Coast. Bucks at the Seahawks. I said Seahawks by 2.
I've got the Seahawks getting 4.5.
Ooh, it's going to be a tight one because I think this is in between. It opened at Seahawks
3.5.
2. It went up to 3.5. You got it.
Dude.
And let's see, the last one I got. So it's 5 to. I'm ahead 5-4 on the week. Seahawks. I wonder if. Let's see if Mr. Evans is playing. Mike Evans injury.
It's week 5.
That was week 4. I don't know. Mike Evans is questionable,
Yes.
apparently. So monitor that. So Seahawks 3.5, fair either way. If it was 2.5 or 3.5 or 3, I think it's fair. I was a little low. You were a little high. Okay, Seahawks at home. So this is the whole, like, the Bucks play everyone tight. Like, if the Bucks are going on the road playing an elite team, it seems like they keep it close more than a lot of other teams do. I think the Seahawks defense is a little better. I think Baker's a little better than Darnold, but it's probably close. Other than that, like if Evans is out, obviously the Seahawks offense you give the nod to. I mean, that Seahawks defense is just nasty. Like they're easily a top 5 defense. So they're at home. Like, can they win by 3.5? I really think the Bucks keep it close. I don't know if it's enough to pick it, just because I'm actually a little surprised it was higher than 3. I really thought it would be a little lower than 3. Like I thought the Bucks deserved a little more credit, but who am I to say?
You go ahead and give me the Bucks here for 1. I was going to take the Seahawks, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think the Bucks will win, but I do think they can cover 3.5.
All right, there you have it. I wonder if I'm going to have another pick this week. I only got my one pick is the worst team in the NFL, possibly.
It's a stellar pick, though. You went all in on them.
Oh yeah,
You don't need another.
I like
one
it.
that way. Yeah.
All right,
I don't want to watch this next game either.
Titans at the Cardinals. So the Cardinals have extra rest, and the Titans need like 12 months of rest. So I don't have
And
to
maybe
watch
a new
it.
coach,
Yeah,
new coaching staff.
that's so weird because who did they play week 1 when it was like competitive?
The
Like
Cardinals or the Titans?
Titans. Week
That's an
1
excellent
they played the
question.
Broncos, and I think they lost by 8, but it was like they were within a score basically the whole game. I don't know.
2012. Yeah, they lost 2012. So I don't know.
Yeah. All right, Titans at the Cardinals. I said Cardinals by 9.5.
I bet Cardinals giving 5.5.
I do not remember what this is. Opened at
7.5.
8 and it's 7.5. Split?
Yeah.
Tie?
Wow.
All right. It's crazy how many times when I'm higher, you're low, or vice, or like we're not that close to each other. It's just like right in the middle.
Splits.
But makes sense. Okay. I find that sometimes the best way to guess these is like, okay, what's the max I could possibly see them doing? Okay, what's the minimum I could possibly see them doing? And then just like averaging it out rather than just trying to guess like what it is, which kind of makes sense because there's multiple schools of thought on this stuff. All right. I don't know. Who knows or cares? Like, yeah, the Cardinals should win by a touchdown. Move on, right? Like, are the Titans actually going to play hard after getting blown out? Like, didn't score a point. Ridley is hurt, maybe not playing, maybe playing. You scored 0. You're 0-4.
They're not going in. And I don't think either of these teams are going anywhere. I don't think the Cardinals are a playoff team.
Yeah,
I don't think. What does this victory mean for them? Nothing.
It's one thing like, okay, so the Cardinals are what, 2-2?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because they lost this weekend.
Marvin Harrison's body language wasn't isn't good. He did have a good second half. Like you could tell he like used it as motivation, and he had a good second half. He had a really good touchdown catch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Harris, like the body language of Harrison and Murray, and then James Conner went down, which obviously deflated them. Like, do you ever look at Murray and Harrison and think like, man, those guys are confident. Like, look out.
Or
They
connected
just don't
or on the
have
same.
it. And that's just their demeanor part of it. Like they're just not like flashy, like look at me sort of guys. But I don't know. It's just hard to like get the feel good if you're a Cardinals fan, like looking at what you got, like your running back goes down for the year, and then you're just like the body language
Yeah.
just like isn't showing you that
Uh-huh.
that it seems like they care. So I don't know. Like I said, I thought the Cardinals would win 9 games this year, and it doesn't feel like it anymore, even though they started out.
They don't seem
2-0
any
or
better.
whatever.
Yeah, they don't seem any better than they have in the last few years. This is the team that they are. You know,
Right.
8, 7, 8, 9 wins, and yeah.
I would not be. I mean, I know the Titans suck, but I would not be surprised if the Titans somehow win this game, just because the Cardinals are just deflated.
Mercurial team.
It's
Just-
a huge,
Yeah.
like, can Gannon like be like, all right, guys, we're 2-2. We lost Connor. We got extra rest. We're playing a bad team. Can we just like clean some things up and win when we're supposed to win? So it could go one of two ways. Maybe they blow them out. I actually think there's a better chance that this is a close game.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know how you trust either one of these teams, so I'm just gonna move on. Any opinion on
No,
you
fuck
got-
this game.
All right. The Commanders at the Chargers. Is
Better
Daniels playing
He's
yet?
coming back, I think.
For sure.
I thought that's what I
Jaden
heard, that he's returning week 5.
Daniels.
Plans to play.
He's cleared to practice, so I have to imagine.
Yeah,
He's gonna play.
ESPN.
Okay.
Plans to play.
Okay, so this is a good game. Like
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon. Get this one on the tele. I said Chargers at home by 4.
I have them giving 6. Chargers. Giving 6.
I think it's only 3.
It makes sense. 2.5.
It went down to 2.5. All right. So
Because of that stinker.
by the Chargers.
Yes. That was a stinker.
Okay, I get that one. So I'm 6-4 with a tie. So you need the last 3 to beat me by 1.
Yep.
Okay. So this is the exact same situation as week 2, week 3. And I'll explain what I mean. Okay. Week 3, Broncos at Chargers. I remember telling you, I feel like the Chargers have shown that they're a little bit better team. Why is it only 2.5? It should be 3. Give me the Broncos. The Broncos controlled most of the game. The Chargers walked it off with a field goal at the end. Probably shouldn't have won that game, but they figured it out. Okay. This is the exact same situation. I thought it would be higher than 4. It is 2.5. Washington is absolutely always going to be the right side in my mind.
I agree.
That being said, a lot of times teams win by a field goal. Can the Chargers win by a field goal at home, even if they don't play well like they did against the Broncos? Yeah, they can. Do I think that's the right side? No, you'll never convince me that that's the right side based on what I just explained. It's the same situation. I'm taking the Commanders, and
that
how
pick.
crazy are we getting? I'm going to go 2 stars.
I don't know that I'm sold on the Chargers. And I feel like that loss to the Giants is closer to who they truly are than any of the games that preceded them this year. That's just, I think, just historical context and my sort of not being sold on Jim Harbaugh is a good coach anymore, or as good as he was. So yeah, I like that pick. I think I like Washington in this spot too. I know Jaden Daniels has missed a week coming off an injury, but I still like them to take this game.
All right. You said who to take it? I was
It's Washington. I like Washington to win.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I bring this up from time to time. Like, you don't have much tape on Daniels the last 2 weeks because he didn't play.
Right.
So it's like the prep can be a little bit more
Yep.
difficult. That could play into it too. But yeah, I mean, don't be surprised if Washington's ahead by 1 and the Chargers try a field goal at the end and
And it's blocked.
they can't get to 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if they make it, they win by 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my perspective on that.
For sure.
Okay, Lions at the Bengals.
100 bit.
I said Lions by 11.
Lions 7.5. 7.5. I don't know why I didn't.
Well, it's in between there, I think.
That's
You had it right
10.5.
to
I
start.
did. 10.5 though.
10.5. All right. So I get that.
In the week.
All right. The Bengals have played miserably 2 weeks. Like that's the worst 2 week stretch probably of any team in the league this year. They lost by 38 to the Vikings, and then they lost by 25 to the Broncos, and it was the closest they got was they kicked an opening drive field goal, and then they couldn't do anything on offense after that, basically. Lions are one of the best teams in the NFL. Bengals, their current situation, they're one of the worst.
So bad that I read a headline that maybe they're sniffing around Russell Wilson.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
as a trade,
someone's gonna trade for Russell Wilson just because. Well, I mean, the Bengals is the perfect situation just because, like,
they need it. Yeah.
If you don't think Browning, although it's not just Browning, like it's their offensive line too.
That team's gonna get rebooted after the season.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, is Russell Wilson a better quarterback than Jake Browning at this point?
I don't think so.
Sure, maybe he's a 6 and Browning's a 5.8 out of 13.
Maybe. Not enough to matter, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like not, and to give away draft capital at this point, where you're the Bengals, where you're not good enough, that just makes no sense. Just no sense. Which maybe the Bengals will do because they're not a well-run organization.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
So that feels like maybe the exact move that they would make.
Right. So Lions 10.5 is fair. The Bengals are terrible. The Lions are going to put
like the Lions. Yeah.
I mean, if the Lions don't put 30 on the Bengals, I would be very surprised. So then it's just, do the Bengals have some fight? Like, are they going to actually clean some things up and play well at home? The last 2 games have been away from home, so there is that. Can they keep it close? I really don't know. I don't trust that they will.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, like, you're 2-2. It's not like you're 0-4 and you have your backup quarterback
to start the season.
Yeah. So I don't know. Can you rally the troops and like somehow pull this out, or at least keep it close?
Not with that quarterback. Not with Russell Wilson either.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
With Burrow, probably, or maybe.
Yeah, so it's fair. I also don't think you take a double-digit favorite on the road in the NFL, so don't like that either. But leave it alone.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, 2 left. So Patriots Bills must be Sunday night.
Yes.
Okay, Patriots at the Bills. I said Bills by 9.
Bills by 10. Give him 10.
Did I catch a 9 in there?
9?
It was 10.
Whoa.
And now it's 8.5.
8.5.
So you were right on.
And then I'm not.
And then I was closer. So I get that one. Okay. It's more than 7. It's less than 10. It's basically what we thought it was going to be. Division game. Patriots blew out the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Bills kind of struggled against the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a good one to watch, at least to start. Like, I think Vrabel will have a lot of cocaine for his players. Like, I think the juice is going to be there. This is going to be hard hitting. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some, not fisticuffs, but like some people doing some extracurriculars after the plays to start. This is a chance for the Patriots to get to 3-2 on the road against a division rival. So like Vrabel obviously played against the Bills a lot back in the day, so he's gonna have like the
dominated him back in the day.
Bulletin board is gonna be like, he's gonna have them motivated. Not that the Bills won't be as well. Does that turn into a close game? Like, are the Patriots at that point where they can keep this close? I don't know. I think it's a fair line. I don't know if the Patriots can. I don't know that either team's going to stop the other one too much. It could be high scoring.
I just don't think the Patriots are good enough to stop Josh Allen for a whole game.
Yeah.
I just don't. I just think even if it could be close, right? It could be competitive, but if it comes down to the wire, I'm going to go with Josh Allen.
Let's do a quick recap on what the Patriots have done this year. So they played who did they play week 1? Why can't I find it here?
So they played the Raiders in week 1 and lost.
Oh yeah, they lost at the Raiders.
And they lost to the Steelers in week 3 by a touchdown.
Oh no, the Raiders beat them in New England.
Yeah.
Lost to Pittsburgh, week 2?
3. And they beat the Dolphins in week 2 by 6. They scored 33 points. And then they slaughtered the Panthers 42-13.
Yeah, so the Steelers game, they fumbled 3 times, so they could have easily won that game. And you drop one to the Raiders at home, and I don't know. I guess Jekyll and Hyde. Like, what do you expect? They're still finding their way.
Yeah, throw away the opening weekend, right? Just what do you know? You don't. Nobody knows. So you throw that one out, and then you've got an error-prone game that leads to a loss, and then they beat a crappy Miami Dolphins team, and they beat a crappy Panthers team. So
I think division game, the Patriots have played decent enough. I think they can keep this close. Like 8.5 could be a lot. I would lean that way, but I don't know if it's enough to pick it. So I'm gonna stay away and just kind of hope it's a good Sunday night game.
Me too.
Lots of touchdowns.
Tutties.
And I think I said this last year a lot. I think the Bills' weakness is still kind of defending the run. So the Patriots haven't figured out who their best running back is. They've got Stevenson, Henderson, and Gibson. Sen. So they all kind of like get carries. So I don't know if that's really a strength of theirs to be able to exploit it on the Bills or not. I don't know.
I just think the Bills are going to win this game.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to cover, but
yeah, I guess I hope people take the Bills and the Patriots win for Survivor Eliminator sake.
There you go.
Okay, now
Chiefs
against the Jaguars. I said Chiefs by 3.
Put the hook on mine. Whoa, I got the Jaguars though. Jaguars minus 3.5.
Whoa. Okay. It opened at Chiefs 3, and it is 3.5 for the Chiefs. I get that one. I win the week. So the Jaguars have played pretty much everyone tough. They seem solid, kind of up and down. The Chiefs have played a lot better lately, to the point where you're going to start seeing them. Seeing them be favored pretty consistently if they keep playing the way they are. So week 3, they beat the Giants on the road, and then week 4 they beat the Ravens convincingly. So now you've got the Jaguars who are 3-1, and then you got the Chiefs coming in. I don't know if the Chiefs win by 3.5. I think this is a bad spot for the Jaguars, though.
Yeah, I just don't like them as a team, but I also don't know that I like the Chiefs right now.
Yeah. Well, like, if you're going to tell me that this game, if it is close at the end, that the Jaguars are going to out-execute the Chiefs, I'm just not buying it at all.
That's it, isn't it? Right?
So, definitely the Chiefs. 3.5 is a weird number. The Jaguars absolutely can keep this close, I think. I just don't think they pull it out in the end.
I want to take the Jags for 2.
The Jags, huh?
Jags.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go Chiefs. 3.5 is tough, so I don't love it, but I'll go Chiefs for 1, and you're gonna go Jags for what? 2? You said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's the 14 games this
Yeah.
week. We got 4 teams on bye.
Yep.
So you're going Eagles for 3. I'm going Saints for 3. You're going Panthers for 2. Bucks for 1. I have the Commanders for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're split. I'm going Chiefs, and you're going Jags.
Yes, sir.
Chiefs for 1 for me. Jags for 2 for you. Let's go real quick. What are the decent games? Broncos Eagles should be.
Tonight's games. I know the Niners are injured, but divisional rivals could be good.
Right.
Only game on.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's the Niners and the Rams. Like, they've had a lot of success, so like
Competitive. Yeah.
it's I don't know. Like, you have a little more confidence that it'll be entertaining than if you're looking at like the Titans versus the Saints on a Thursday night or something like that. So, what else do we got here?
You said Bucks Seahawks?
Bucks Seahawks. What are they both 3-1?
Yes.
That could be good.
Yeah.
Commanders Chargers,
Yes.
same.
Yeah. And Chiefs Jags.
And Chiefs Jaguars. So we got a handful that should be decent. We also have like a handful that are of touchdown or more, so could be some blowouts. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Your Bears are not going to lose this week. I know that much.
Thank God for that.
I hope my Vikings don't lose. The Vikings were the only NFC North team that didn't win last week.
Yeah, but the Packers didn't technically. Well, the Packers didn't win either. They tied.
Or no, yeah, that they were the only team that lost.
Yeah.
The Vikings were the only NFC North team that
Yes.
lost. I assume
Yes.
that up. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. Go Major League playoffs.
Go Cubbies.
I'm going for the Cubs because my
Cubbies.
son likes the Cubs, and the Twins suck. Fired Baldelli, which was the right decision. Go Vikings!
Go Bears. Go Cubs.